For those of you who do not know, I am a Macintosh user, have been for the past 6 years. I am not a Mac fanboy, however. Some of you may think that. Well, that is only because I've used a Macintosh for so long that I'm used to it. That is not to say that I couldn't navigate Windows. I can navigate it, I can teach it. I've just gotten along better with the Macintosh because of the, if nothing else, and I'm being honest with you, it's because of the built-in magnifier. Because I don't have to take the time, because Windows doesn't necessarily come with anything right off the bat. And, well, it does, but all it is it's a little bar at the top of the screen, and you see the regular desktop below it. Or you could have it on the bottom, and you would see the regular desktop above it. For a desktop, this would be fine, but for a laptop, I have tried that. It is giving me problems. The Macintosh comes with a built-in magnifier that you can use right off the bat. I had to use it for graphics, and I've been using it ever since. I needed to... Let me explain why I got a Macintosh in the first place. It wasn't my own choice. I was pretty much forced into it because back in high school, I was a graphics major before I lost my vision temporarily, and I needed extra time to work on my assignments as per my IEP. Well, the only way to do that was to get a Macintosh, because in my sophomore class, we were using applications that were Mac-centric. iMovie is one, Final Cut Pro is another, that wouldn't run on Windows, so we needed the Macintosh. I never really used it for assignments, because I never really needed to. Actually, I think I did once or twice, but I never really needed to as much as we thought I would. So it became my personal system, and I quickly got used to it, and I quickly got used to, you know, I use Windows. I use it in the form of this. And if there's one thing that is true about Windows, my girlfriend agrees on this. I agree. My father agrees on this. Windows is slow. It takes about 2.5 minutes for my handheld PC to boot from a complete cold start. And because of this, you know, I switch back and forth as needed between them. And in my experience, Windows is slower. Now, do I absolutely hate Microsoft? No. The only reason I've been rejecting them lately is because of Vista. Now, let me explain. I'd be willing to give Vista another shot. In fact, I am. But I'd much rather have it because my handheld PC is Vista capable. But the trouble is, when you put Vista on it, it takes away the specialty software that I need. And I need to get it back. So having to focus my eyes on a 4-inch screen and stuff with a 10-point font is really hard for me, if not extremely painful. So for that system, I really would not use Vista. I'd much rather use it on a standard system. But I do not have an authorized copy of Windows other than an upgrade disk, and Boot Camp will not allow this. So I cannot dual boot my Mac. I'm waiting also for Windows 7 to come out. I've got 2 more years before I get my bachelor's, and I'm waiting for Windows 7 to come out. What do I want to happen with Windows 7? Well, here's what should happen. Microsoft, at least from the media, from a practical perspective, once you get used to it, Vista isn't all that bad from what I've heard. It's been a long time since I've tried it. I really don't want to chance it on my handheld PC after what happened. It's not every day you try to install a program and the entire system crashes to the point of needing to be re-imaged. So it's because of that I don't want to take a chance on Vista on my handheld. But from what I've heard from others, Vista seems to be working alright, provided it comes pre-installed. And it also depends on what hardware it's running on. Dell seems to have the best ropes with Vista. Having said that, I wouldn't mind using Vista if I absolutely had to, but the media said that it's absolutely horrible. like I said, it's been a while since I've tested it. My own personal experience wasn't all that good. I'm willing to give it another shot. But it's going to be 2 years before I get my bachelor's, so I'm just waiting for Windows 7. By the time I graduate with my bachelor's in special ed, I'm going to have... Windows 7 is going to be out, provided they keep on schedule. And I'm waiting for Windows 7, and there is still time to help its development. This is what I want. I want the consumer to help Microsoft out. I want them to go ahead and say, here's what we want. And I'm not saying that hasn't been happening. From what I hear, it has been. There's another part of the puzzle, and that happens to be that from what I hear, Microsoft is not listening. Well, you guys, you need to listen. You see, your top post has made you lazy. You need to get back to work. You need to get back to work. You need to get back on the schedule. You need to get back on the whole 2 years for a new operating system thing. I think part of the trouble with Vista is apparently we've had the same problems with XP, and even I forgot that we had the same problems with XP going from Millennium. So Millennium to XP, 2 years, right? So we're more used to it. We're used to every 2 years, right? Well, 2001 to 2007, 2001 to 2007, that would be 6 years, okay? 6 years, given the fact that it's been 2 years in the past, that's way too big a gap. So it's obvious that people would forget what it's like to upgrade to a new operating system. So this time, Microsoft, keep on schedule, accept our input, and hopefully we can all become equal. I would like Windows if you guys would listen. Now, I'm not saying you aren't, but according to the media, you don't seem to be. One of the other things I wanted to note was Emeek said, let's boycott Microsoft. That is going too far. I'm sorry, but I may not be a complete fan of Microsoft, but I'm not against them either. In fact, one of the things I do like from them is their Office suite. Yeah, I know it costs $150, but I've been able to use it on Windows and Mac without any problem. I've been able to compose... In fact, I've used Microsoft Office to do all my schoolwork. And as such, I couldn't be without it, or something that would be at least Office compatible. So, let's just team up, get back to work. Let's make Windows 7 a great operating system. Let's make it equal to the Macintosh. Let's, get everybody on an equal playing field. And let's stop all this competition, okay? People are going to use what they want to use, like it or lump it, okay? Get off your high horses and stop thinking that you're all high and mighty, okay? You're just a company. Yes, you are one of the most powerful in the world, but that should give you a position to keep up in the sense that, you need to deliver quality products, and lately you have not been doing this. Get back to work and accept our input. Let us help you develop Windows 7, because with our help, believe me, Windows 7 could be fantastic. It could put you guys back in the green and out of the red. So I'm not against Microsoft. I may be more comfortable with the Macintosh, but I can use Windows, and I'm willing to use Windows if I have no other choice. But believe me, we need to work with Microsoft. Microsoft needs to listen to us. We need to all band together and help to make Windows 7 fantastic, so that the media won't destroy us. I mean, yes, the only reason Windows Vista is bad is because of media inputs and various user experiences. Well, the user experiences have had to do with various drivers. It's nothing really with the operating system. It's the fact that the vendors really won't, or have not, worked to get the drivers up to date. They need to do that. And I think with Windows 7, maybe if we could go back to the old way of doing things, because I believe Longhorn was using the older architecture that Windows XP did, and everything was ready to go, and then you trash Longhorn and start something from scratch, which becomes Vista, and at least according to the media, didn't do so well. Note that is according to the media. This is not according to general consumers. A lot of people really like it. Be well aware that you need our help, Microsoft. Let us help you. We can make Windows 7 great, but only if you're willing to lend a hand, to let us lend you a hand. Thank you for watching. Any comments are welcome. Have a nice evening.